Hey everybody, it's DiveGirl Deb. I should not have the sun facing you guys, so hopefully this is better. Okay, got a cool towel on because I am soaking wet. My sweatband needs a sweatband. You guys might know that I'm working on fencing. Neighbors on this side have a fence pot. We got a bunch of boards here for this side. There's more boards in the truck. There's about almost 2 tons of cement in the back of the truck. So, and then there's the second pile, right? So, let's take a look at that one right now. It's out in the garden. Okay, just trying to make sure things are recording because I'm having trouble knowing when they are. Here's my $30 cement mixer. I found a little barbecue cover, and it's not exactly what I want. It's too small, but it is covering the electric motor right now because we actually got rain this morning. I was like, what the hell? Like, nobody forecasted us to get rain today. I was not expecting it. And I had a big bucket of feed for the babies out, and some few other things. I had the cement tubes out. I already cut those. All right. Okay, I think we're running. There we are. Okay, so I got a big board here that I'm gonna lay out, and then a 4x4 we're gonna put across here, and then that'll bring up to grade because it's a good bit of grade right now. The birds are pooing on it, so I moved it. But this ramp will make this really smooth. Yeah, see, this is the feed that they spilled. It got wet, so I just tossed it out. I had all these concrete rings sitting out, and they got a little bit of rain. Now they're waxed inside and out, but I had recently cut them into small strips, so yeah. I've been playing with this dude today, which has really been a lot of fun. It's works exceptionally well. Yikes, I've been focused on fencing. I haven't taken care of the garden, but I took down the baby playpen. This is a good size roll of wire, which is small poultry. I think it's like 1 inch or 1.5 inches or ½ inch. So that's my baby playpen wire. So I rolled that up nice and tight and set it aside. I'm going to rebuild it down the road. So here's the first post that I drilled, and it went beautifully. So I've got this really nice, it's a pressure treated post, nice and level and plumb. I got another one in that corner over there, so they're going to line up like this. And then it's going to come over from here down the line and kind of bend and open over towards the bottom of that post, and then up to the wall. There's a board there on the wall. It's the side of the chicken shed. And that's where I have this new roll of 5 foot tall 2x4 wire. And it's this same wire here, 2x4. So right here is all of my old poultry netting, and I hate this stuff. I just hate it. So what I'm going to do is, of course, all this is going to come out, and we're going to rototill this nice and even, and all these bottom boards I'm going to take out next. But I had to put another inside fence in, and I started thinking about it, and I'm like, why don't I just build what I want anyways? Because what I want is a larger planter box area here that I can put a little pond with a water maker that makes a lot of noise, and I can move my loquat tree over here. Those two things. So I want to make this kind of back garden a little wider, and this chicken walkway can be a little narrower. So, and I still do want a baby playpen. So I'm thinking, this ought to come out almost horizontal and then bounce off, because then I'll still have a playpen area for the little ones to come through the mailbox. That's 50 feet there, but I like that it's 5 feet. So I got this cleat right here on the wall, and I'm just going to screw it to that and then bend it around these poles. And just right now I'm just going to screw it in. I just went in the house and I got my recip saw, because if the fencing runs right through here, then you can see that these posts are going to be in the way. So I can either cut holes in the fencing, or I can cut those logs. And I think I'm just going to cut them back, and because I want to put some traditional wood bracing there for a wall that comes up, so I can do some of my really nice greenhouse plastic and some nice overhead rails off of these new posts, and really make that a nice place for long-term wood storage. So cutting them off is not a big deal, because now I can frame up and then over to the foundation over here on the barbecue house. That'll be a really nice frame here for the wood drying. Really good. Phew. I got those trimmed off. They look really good. So I stood back and I cut it at an angle. I just took off a smidgen off of this one. And then this one I took off about a foot or so, because it has to go over to that post, right? And then I have wire covering these roots, so I'm going to just put this plastic down so none of those will bind together when I'm pulling wire, which is what I'm going to do. And then we're going to come around here, and am I going to take a jog back and then over? How do I want that to look? I got to figure that out. But this looks really good right now. See, if you line this up, you can see that wire comes around the outside of these posts. Well, it'll come on the inside of this one, but the outside of that one. So those are lined up really nicely now. I'm happy with that. Yay. But fucking A, man, this little machine is badass. I mean, this is a little 4-inch auger, which is just perfect for these posts. So I go a little extra deep, and then I walk around the yard and I try to fill this with some of these rocks that are everywhere. Put that in the bottom, and off we go. And man, it just doesn't take any time. I'll film one of these, but it's kind of fun. So now I got to figure out where I want this wire. My favorite trick on your post level: don't use rubber bands. Get a stretchy cat collar. It works fabulous. You just put a cat collar. See, it's just elastic cat collar. Oops. And I just put it on my level, and it works great. Any post. All right, I think I'm ready to get this corner stick together. Come on. There. These babies. I'll get you to see it that way. Hear me now? Oh, really? Well, we got a lot of water up anyway. And I got more screws here. It's all good. But now the babies should not be able to get out. So I've got to figure out where I want to put this other post. And it'll wrap around here and over into that other corner. Well, I'm feeling rather good about this. It's nice and down. It's a nice even line, and that's if you're moving animals, having harsh corners are hard. It's going to give me, you can see how the slice of garden over here is getting wider, and if I move this post over like I'm probably going to do, then that garden gets a little bigger, which is really what I want. But this is a nice breezeway for the birds. This is essentially a gate here, and you can have a gate here. This is becoming a really great cooling shed for the birds. In fact, I've been watering this, and I'll probably put some drip irrigation on those boards. And then the birds get into that down there underneath where it's nice and cool, and they dig around, and it keeps them, from overheating. Because this is like never gets sunny on it. It's too deep. So, and then like I said, I water it, and then there's a big water here. But now, look at this, nice and smooth going up. Yeah, that's really nice. And then it's going to be nice and smooth over. You can see the cut logs there, how that'll work out. I think it looks right. And I've got enough coiled up here that I can go over here and tie into that end. So this really tightens up the yard now. So birds are probably not going to go through this anytime soon. I've got to work on the bottom, of course, but then I can start taking out all that old fencing, and then I can rototill this stuff kind of level, which will be terrific. All right, I think what I'm going to do is add another post. I'm going to put the other round post that I have here right around this area. It's going to give me a pretty good sized garden bed, and I don't know, somewhere in here. And then I'm going to put one right back up over in here, almost in line with the building, so that I don't know, I may come in a little bit, but it's not going to be a lot. And then I can do a sweep into this fence, which will be lovely. And then I have a decent playpen for the babies as well. So I'm going to fire up that auger, and I think I'm going to drill a hole right around in here. I got to put something to hold that fence back. Yeah, but I did find an old post that's pressure treated, and I think it'll do what I need to do here. Hold up 5-foot wire, right? It's not too hard. All right, you're going to need hearing protection because the neighbor's dog is barking, but you're also going to need it because this machine sounds kind of like a chainsaw. It's a 2-stroke motor. So turn your volume down. All right, so I'm going to point it to the auger and put my gloves on and walk over there, get it started, and then I will come and move the camera over to show you that post, and then I'll go work on it. So that's probably going to be in like one motion, right? Okay. It's a fun toy though, I like it. That kicks your butt, man. I got one more to do though. Let's take a little break. Whew. Wow. Yeah, I can see that all is better. Oh my goodness. Makes a nice hole. Yeah, I was gonna put the square one here. It's in the back. It's kind of ugly. Oh goodness. Might need a bigger auger. Yep. Dang it. All right, there's a rock right here that I'm gonna drill. So I'm gonna put you guys here to watch. Turn down your volume. That's that 6-inch auger too. That thing's huge. Whew. Wow. A layer of rock, and then a lot of really thick clay, hard packed clay. I gotta catch my wind. I am spent to fuel. Man. That post locker is fun, but I'll tell you what, that 6-inch bit is a bitch. Yeah. It was trying to sling me around. I put 2 hands on one side and my knee on the other. Finally, kind of just rode it down a bit. Really hard ground. Wow. Anyway, you know how sometimes a plan develops and you kind of poke around at it and it fits. So I think this one does really well. Look at it. Okay, so here's wall where the cleat is, right? And it's up against the fence. And we come down just almost where it used to be, down to here. And then it jogs over, runs down to that post, and then jogs over the corner. And so I have very few corners, right? And then I think I'm going to put like my little garden gate right here. I think that's going to work beautifully. But then it's also creative because I can still set up a baby pen out here, and it's easily let the babies come out. So I think this is going to be really good. I'm very excited. I have all the fence pushed down hard against the ground, so there should not be any gaps underneath. And I have screws holding the fence down. I did not go that way with the welded wire. I came back this way, and it ends here, which is probably an extra, I'm guessing about 6 feet for what I need. But I do need a little piece of this out front to fill in on the side of the house where I don't have any, and I wanted some 5 foot. So what I did for now back here is I just took my old fencing here, this old chicken wire, and just brought it back up to the post for now. So just, that's only for this section right here. And now I can go and start taking out all that old crap. So this makes me really happy. Yeah, these are screwed. So this still isn't, these are screwed in place. It's not the final, but it's probably going to be the final for the post because I like where they're set. And now I've got a little garden area back there. And I can move the loquat tree. I can have a little water feature. The grape is there. And I can do a chicken garden across the front here with some veggies for them and alfalfa and stuff. And then I can have just a little gate that goes across here, and that becomes my baby area every spring. It's a really nice setup. I like how it flows. And then this is almost a gate width here, so I can put a gate in here that swings and closes over to here. The whole thing would be really nice now that I've got posts in this place. So I really like this setup. And then for us to like work on the fencing now, I'm gonna unscrew the cleat on the building and then roll that back, and then we can go in and out through there while we're building fencing. And then we get done, we'll just screw it back in. But while the birds are in here, it's got to be attached. And so this was the next step for me to make sure that I could keep the birds on this side of the yard, because that old fencing I knew was failing. In fact, 2 nights in a row, the turkey has been over there, and Amanda's been outside watering, and the turkey was whistling, and she was confused because he blended in the dusk over here behind the shop. or the chick shed. He's whistling at her. I come out there with my fishing net to go catch him. She's giggling. It was cute. Anyway, this is really exciting. Oh, I hurt like crazy, but man, let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 auger fence posts today that I set, and they're pressure treated. I think I'm going to leave them right where they're at. Now I can build more structure in between if I want, and of course I do need to get this cherry down, but I can just unscrew it, and these are not cemented in. I can pull these posts pretty easy and then reset them later. But I love this layout, really liking it. And then I'm going to have a place now I'm probably going to end up putting a post over here later, but for now it's okay, because then I'll be able to build a nice big shelter here for all this lumber. Woo! In all my days of contracting and projects, I've never been unhappy when I bought the right tool for the job. Like, I paid $200 for this. I'm gonna probably keep it for about 5 or 7 years, and I'll sell it, and I'll probably sell it for more than that, because we're gonna have inflation at the end of the day. I've got a really nice place set up in the garage for it to organize it on the walls, so it'll be very safe. Then close these vents while you're on break, and that shuts down the fuel systems so they don't leak into the environment. But wow, I definitely got hurt. Awesome. Look at this. Nice new fencing, 5 feet tall. Like, it's going to take some effort to get through that. Possums will crawl over it, though. It's crazy.